court, but also be answerable to the county. And so we are sort of a mix in that way. And so just to understand that that's why we work for the county, but we also are with the Superior Court. Wanted to also address about the Attorney General and the DA. The DA is not in our, so if you'll excuse the term, chain of command. The DA can be has been on one or two occasions a resource for us, and also we have had a very close working relationship this year with the Attorney General's office in San Francisco, that we do use them also as a resource. Let's see. One of the other things I wanted to address, and I hope you don't misunderstand, is that sometimes folks will ask me, as a strange creature that maybe the foreman of the grand jury is, sometimes I take criticism either from different boards or et cetera, and understand why I don't sometimes react. And it's just my training and my experience. I like to say that, tell some of my folks, I was benefited by 4 years in the Marines and 16 years in the Navy of having the instructions of some very competent master gunnery sergeants and master chiefs. Once you've been educated by some of those gentlemen, everybody else seems to be a real amateur. And so it's not that I don't take criticism, it's I do, and I do give it due consideration. But and so I do have feelings, but don't worry about those things. I have quite a bit of armor plating because of those years in the service. I work as a citizen and a taxpayer in this county to help educate the public, as the grand jury is a watchdog of all county and cities and special districts and et cetera, that we give everybody a chance. Every one of the special districts, some 50 of them, all county agencies, city agencies, and et cetera, will have their time in the barrel. Believe me, we keep a matrix, and so that we want to visit them on every occasion. I do not want you to feel that the grand jury is picking on the Board of Supervisors. It's just that you folks are the major entity. I have of the 20 plus reports we did last year, we had 2 on the Board of Supervisors. Of the 18 that probably we will do this year, there's only going to be 1 report on the Board of Supervisors. We are fair and equal opportunity for each of you folks, and so please don't feel that we pick on people. We do not. Our task, though, to provide oversight, and sometimes that gets a little rough. Okay. Board of Supervisors, I want to help you do government better. I really do. I'm sincere in that. I want you to help you do government better. Sometimes that doesn't seem like it's a true statement. Believe me, it is. And I just had another senior moment, but that's okay. You are the foremost group that makes policy. And one of the things that I've expressed to several different people in policy making, you make the policy and the grand jury expects you to follow the policy you make. That's it, really. And so I will not be on the grand jury next year, which is probably good news to some of you and bad news to others. I'm going to take a hiatus, which I have to do. But Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be back the year after. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scholes. Let's see, before us we have the Department of Transportation report as submitted. Any discussion of that item, or can we just accept the report? Okay, we'll show the report as accepted. Let's move to item 7D, discussion possible action regarding introduction and waiving the reading of an ordinance amending section 14.20-010 of the Mendocino County Code to allow dogs in the Mendocino County Library building for special reading events programs. To the library, I guess, is the sponsor. Okay. To the CEO or the county counsel's office?
Well, I read the ordinance. I didn't really have a lot of input into the original creation of it, but it apparently is an extension of the existing ordinance which allows service animals into county buildings. And it's, I think as ordinances go, a model of succinctness.
And to the CEO's office, anything to add along those lines? Okay. Supervisor Pinches.
What is the addition? I mean, like seeing eye dogs and dogs that are needed for people with disabilities are under the Disabilities Act are already allowed in public facilities. But what does this ordinance add on to, you know, what's already in law? I mean, this is another law we're talking to add on, and I'm not sure I'm clear. You know, I thought all of the, like say, disabilities, people with disabilities have the ability to take their different dogs in. So what are we allowing for with this extra law we're making, or proposed to make? I mean, I'm totally opposed to allowing somebody to take their dog in a library just because they want to take their dog with them. I think owning an animal is a personal responsibility that people take seriously, and I don't think that you know, just because somebody wants to take their dog on a leash to go to the library, I don't support that.
Supervisor, before I ask Ms. Lightbody to respond to that, in reading this is a very specialized program for the use of dogs as basically therapy type items for children's reading programs, etc.
That is correct.
And
that's my point, though. Under existing law, they have the ability to do that already under existing law.
For disability ADA type situations. This is outside of that. This is for a normal program presented by the library of special reading programs, not for special kids, but for every child, and the use of the dog to enhance that reading program. So it's not for a disability or a handicap or specialized program other than allowing the dog to become part of the program in the reading scenario. So to clarify that, Ms. Lightbody.
Supervisor Wattenberger clarified it perfectly, actually, that it's just a special reading program that dogs are brought in for the express purpose of having the children read to them. That has proven to be a very successful program in libraries and has been shown to actually benefit the children in learning how to read and to reading aloud. The dogs make an excellent audience for them.
Other comments from the board members?
Well, I think that clarifies. I just thought that those laws were already in place to do that. I didn't realize that it took. But you know, I'm certainly opposed.
We were surprised too.
You know, I just don't want to open it up to where anybody wants to take their dog down to the library can take their dog in the library. I don't think that's.
Very much appreciate that, Supervisor Pinches.
That's correct. On page 1, to my fellow supervisor, under this section, there's 4 sections previously allowing this